to an updated traditional look. You can also reconfigure it just by adding or removing pieces. The sofa version is a great value at just $12.89. Come find the look that's right for you at your furniture superstore, Mathis Home.
Vroom, vroom. The Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach is roaring into town. Our cameras made a pit stop at the race circuit in downtown Long Beach. Professional drivers who are competing during race weekend gave members of the media a chance to experience the course. The Grand Prix takes off next weekend.
All right now at 5 a.m., it was one of the largest warehouse fires in U.S. history. This Ontario facility is destroyed, and it's still smoldering this morning.
Today in LA is live with the new details for arson and the big building as household essentials were also burned in this fire.
And then backing off his deadline, President Trump announces a ceasefire just hours after an intense threat to Iran. The new proposal, as the Pentagon is expected to release information about ongoing negotiations.
Today in LA at 5 starts now.
Good morning to you. We are halfway through our week. It is Wednesday, April 8th. A live look outside at LAX. Smooth sailing out there. It looks good if you are heading out of town or picking somebody up. Now, at 4:59, it's the perfect time.
Yeah, those first flights are always good luck, right?
Always good. Good morning to you. I'm Lynette Romero.
And good morning, everyone. I'm Michelle Valles, in for Adrian. Let's check in with meteorologist Belen de Leon, who's got the forecast.
Yes.
The winds on this Wednesday.
Yes, but mostly in the desert. So just tagging on to what you guys said, weather's not getting away if you do have a flight out. No delays expected. The weather is looking beautiful for today. No watches, no warnings, but for our friends in the deserts, that's where the winds are going to get gusty, especially through the afternoon, and for our friends in the mountains. But everywhere else, winds are doing good. Now, here's your forecast as we check in with our San Pedro camera. Things are looking good out there. Some places along the coast could have some patchy fog, but I'm not seeing anything too intense or too bad right now. As always, give yourself extra time when you leave out the door. You're not in a rush. You're not stressed. Temperatures are currently in the 50s. We've got some spots in the low 60s. Bring a sweater this afternoon. A nice day. It is going to be a little warmer away from the coast. We'll have 70s near the beaches, the Basin Orange County above normal, 80 degrees, the Valley's the IE 84. So very similar to what we've had the whole week. And in the deserts and mountains, that's where the winds are going to be breezy. Now, winds, rain, cold temperatures, all of that is in our future. Scan the QR code. We've got a storm on the way. Find out how it will impact you coming up. And right now, this is a warning for Robin. Wear your umbrellas.
Oh.
On the spot.
I'll find them before the storm. I promise. I will locate all three. They walk away, I tell you, between storms. We're checking in on the one-on-one. We're checking the drive here south with Street Vision. This is a look at your commute coming away from Hollywood, heading toward downtown LA. So we see some brake lights filling in, but no problems, no crashes, no stalls, wide open. The drive time is under 15 minutes from the 170 split down to the 5. You don't have to worry about any crashes or accidents in the way, at least not right now. It can change like that. 110 wide open between the 5 and PCH, and no problems for the 5 heading south. We started off with a crash, South 5 at the 110, leaving Elysian Park in the 4 a.m. hour. That's gone. We're still under 20 minutes to make it to Boyle Heights, and that's a good drive. We'll check more coming up. Lynette, back to you.
Robin, thank you. 5:02 right now. First, the flames, and then there's an arrest for arson. Now, the cleanup begins at the more than 1 million square foot warehouse in Ontario. NBC4's Lauren Coronado is live with the potential impact on the supply chain. The facility filled with paper products to be sold. So we're talking about a tremendous amount of product, right?
Lynette, absolutely. A 1.2 million square feet building, and yes, full of all of those products you just mentioned. I want to get a closer look. Check out this drone video. You'll see all of the destruction, all of the product lost there. This, of course, sparked nearly 30 hours ago, overnight Tuesday, at this Kimberly-Clark warehouse on Hellman, just off Eucalyptus. I talked with 2 employees who were inside the building when the fire started. At last check, they were hoping to get transferred to another warehouse, but they're out of a job. That was as of 11 a.m. yesterday. We're talking about dozens of employees impacted and many, many more impacted by supply chain issues. Here's what those employees told me.
What kind of paper is in that building?
It's toilet paper, wipes, diapers. It's men diapers, women diapers.
We have a request out to Kimberly-Clark to find out more about their production, where they ship out to, how much product is shipped from this warehouse, and how much product was lost, plus the impact on prices with that potential supply shortage, not to mention the chance for increased transportation costs too, so a lot to account for. Okay, now to the person accused of starting this fire. A spokesperson for Ontario Police says 29-year-old Shamil Abdul Karim of Highland was arrested for arson. He's a third-party employee contracted to work at this Kimberly-Clark warehouse. He's being held without bail and faces multiple felony charges. We are waiting to find out more details about when he may be in court next. Of course, we'll bring that to you as soon as we get it. And again, we do have that request into Kimberly-Clark to find out more about production. I'll bring you another live update at 6 o'clock. Reporting live in Ontario, I'm Lauren Coronado for Today in LA.
We'll see you at 6, Lauren. Thank you. Turning to the war in the Middle East, President Trump announced a 2-week ceasefire with Iran. And during that time, they'll try to negotiate an end to the war. The president said the ceasefire is dependent on the immediate and safe opening of the Strait of Hormuz. Democratic leaders have been critical of the president's decision to launch the war.
Donald Trump took a military action that has apparently, at least for the time being, given Iran control over a critical waterway that they did not have control over before the war began.
Republicans critical as well. President Trump has repeatedly defended the decision. There are now more than 50,000 U.S. troops in the Middle East. And we are getting an update about those troops from the Pentagon right now. This is a live picture where Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is holding a news conference. We are monitoring it, and we'll let you know what it said.
If you've been watching your 401k, there is some good news. You can open your eyes. You can stop closing your eyes. Stock futures are moving higher following the ceasefire announcement, and you can see green finally, right? The futures, the S&P 500, the Dow Jones also up. Look at that. Wow, 1,200. Wow. So we are seeing a lot happening, which is good news coming after weeks of uncertainty for investors. While markets are up, drivers are not getting any relief just yet. You can see this. Gas prices across Southern California still remain very, very high, more than $1 above what they were just last year, $1.13. You can see that in Los Angeles County. The LA County average $6.05. Over $6, the average for Orange, Riverside, San Bernardino, and Ventura counties, just under $6 an hour. $6 a mile. $6 an hour. That's how much I used to make.
Oh, hey, that's not bad. 45. Okay. Southern California has the largest population of Iranians in the world outside of Iran. Includes in Westwood, home to dozens of Iranian businesses, and some people living and working there really feared for their loved ones still in Iran. We spoke to some of them who say they're relieved after learning of this 2-week ceasefire.
Bombing the bridges and then power plant and water, but maybe he would do that, but he wouldn't do on people.
We all want a resolution. We want the people in Iran to feel safe. We want us Americans here to feel safe. And it's a lot of question, to be honest with you.
Now, nearby on campus, a group of demonstrators also held signs in protest of the president's threats.
She was known to her customers as the ketamine queen. Today, she is set to be sentenced for her role in Friends actor Matthew Perry's overdose. Jasveen Sangha pleaded guilty to illegally selling the ketamine that killed Perry back in October of 2023. The North Hollywood woman is the 5th and final defendant charged in this case. Sangha faces up to 65 years in prison.
On Monday, right here on Today in LA, we first told you about construction at the Hollywood Burbank Airport that was expected to really impact traffic and possibly your arrival time to the airport. Well, now that construction has been delayed. A spokesperson for the airport will only say the delay is because of unforeseen circumstances. It's not unclear when the work is expected to start. We will let you know when a new projected start date is set.
Taking a look at your weather for today, we've got a beauty. It is going to be gusty for our friends in the deserts and mountains. That's where temperatures are going to be in the 80s. Through the high desert and mountain temperatures are going to be in the 60s. Now I'll take you over the Inland Empire because temperatures inland are going to be warmer compared to what we had yesterday by a few degrees. But I think you're going to feel it, especially if you're spending time outside. We'll have low to mid 80s, Lake Elsinore 85, San Bernardino 85 with rays for days. Now we're starting off with fog near some coastal locations, but gradually we'll get to that sunshine. This is Orange County. Hello. 72 in Huntington Beach. Inland temperatures will be in the mid to upper 70s. A warm day in Anaheim, looking at 79 degrees. Here's our weather over in Ventura County, where we may have some breezy winds, especially through the I-5 corridor. If you're traveling through that spot, then just know that the gusts could reach up to about 40 miles per hour. We'll have 70s for the most part in Ventura County. The San Fernando Valley looking at temperatures in the mid 80s. And here is your day in LA with temperatures in the 70s at the coast, and inland will have highs in the low 80s. Now I have to warn you about two things. The air quality is going to be unhealthy for sensitive groups around the Inland Empire area, and also the pollen count is going up. Yes, with these warmer temperatures, it causes the plants to trigger their pollinating, and of course the air spreads that all around, so make sure you take your allergy medicine. Now coming up, I'll have more information on that incoming storm. Robin, did you take your allergy medicine?
Well, no, and that's